Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel Anaka Design. I am tickled pink to be here to show you a number of vintage and antique books that I have acquired over the last couple of months. As I said in a recent video, some of these books are going to be coming to the November 14th live sale on Angela, the Traveling Crafters YouTube channel. I will be a guest seller that day. I've also said that if I survive the live Christmas hop on November 8th, that I would be doing probably some of my own live sales, as well as just listing items, although that is a heck of a lot slower. I mean, anyone who's listed items in any sort of a marketplace knows that it is fairly labor intensive. By the time you do the photos, figure out the shipping, that has to be the worst part of all. Write the description, do the uploading. You know, it is very time consuming. Anyway, we're not complaining today about anything. We're just looking at some gorgeous, gorgeous books. So there are actually two of these, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Go figure. These books are beautiful. 11 by 8.5. I don't remember the age, so we'll look at that together. You can see there's some gold debossing and all this other these other decorative elements. There's some embossing here as well. The spine is beautiful. Now, as you can probably imagine, society back in the day was very male-centric. Okay, 1880. Now, Canada was obviously still a very young country at that point. Now, I hope you're not sitting there holding your breath thinking, boy, I'm going to see a whole bunch of women in here, because you will be sorely disappointed. It was like nobody existed but these men. What's going on here? Okay, so, you know, I typically flip from the back just because it's easier to do that. Some pages are loose. The thing that makes this book special, obviously, well, number one, it's age, but also these portrait plates. So because it is so old, all of these guys are going to look quite a bit alike. Let's find another one. So I didn't bother counting. And of course, there's this lovely tissue-y stuff over them to protect the plates. Yoy, can I lift this up? So kind of that mutton chop look. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you every one, but that's the whole point of this book. It's all these portraits. And I started to say that I didn't count how many guys there are. But if we look at the index quick like, oh, I lied. Looky there. It's Louise. Can't tell with that teeny tiny font there. Where did I see the index? Maybe, oh, this, probably this way. Okay, so quick like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So about 29 portraits here. Wonder what that lady didn't get her name in there. Anyway, this is, of course, going to be more of the same. Same year. Looks like they couldn't get them all in one. There seem to be quite a few more here. So maybe the descript, like the text about them is... Oh, I thought that those little, what are they, soul patches, were something new, but apparently not. Oh, isn't he a dapper young man? Anyway, I shouldn't be taking so much time doing this. So these books are gorgeous and, of course, would make lovely covers in themselves. You know, even without all the plates inside there. I have a few off to the left here. Maybe I should do those next. Oh, this isn't vintage. Anyway, Jim Henson's The Storyteller. I must have been part of a book lot. 9.5 by 7. Nice green cover. Great condition. 1991. So it looks like there are 3, 6, 9 stories in here. And some pretty funky illustrations. Now, of course, I haven't read the book. I'm not even sure if I flipped through it before, but some very interesting illustrations, you know, that could be used either to decorate journals or ephemera, that could be used for collage fodder, art journaling, or whatever. So this book is in absolutely mint condition. Cool hair, bud. Anyway, you get the idea. Maybe this is a bit far out. But I'm trying to embrace my my inner wild person, just because that seems to be not expected necessarily, but certainly more permissible, more forgivable in 7.5 by 5.5 in the context of glue books and art journaling. So rather than being too, you know, straight-laced and so on, I'm trying to do a bit more of the, oh, what is the term? What is the term? Maybe it'll come to me before this is over. You know, the surrealism. You know, I just can't think of that guy that long ago made those, did those paintings that were sort of, oh, look at those beavers at work, just as you would expect them to be. 1921. This is a school reader. It's obviously mostly separated from its spine. There are these lovely illustrations. This must have been a junior high or probably a junior high book, so, you know, fewer pictures and more text. But what is here is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. What a lovely scene. The daisy and the lark. And, of course, a really nice cover. So this is over 100 years old. So I think if a person had to reinforce this spine, I haven't attempted to clean any covers, but, I mean, it's beautiful on its own. And, you know, if a person could get a little grime off it, that would be a good thing. Oh, I think this, oh yeah, there it is. I thought this spine fell off, but I, you know, turned this into a bookmark. Everybody's Home Doctor. Now, what are the odds of being able to get a whole medical book into 1/2 inch? Slim and none. Okay, look, do we have a year here? Hundreds of medical hints useful in emergencies and until the doctors come. A book for every home and every mother. And there is no date. But, okay, what do you want to know about? Do you want to know about tired eyes? Okay, 56, page 56. All sorts of things such as overreading, looking at shop windows, or maybe that should say thrift stores, walking along a dusty road, and so on make our eyes tired. And when this is the case, we are fit for very little. A good remedy is to bathe the eyes using an eye cup for the purpose. The cup may be filled with plain water with just the chill taken off. Distilled water is even better, or with fresh milk. Ugh, all slightly warmed. When these do little good, use a boracic, that I can't be saying that right. BORACIC, boracic lotion. Not that we'd know what that is or where to get it in these days. Being careful to use it extremely weak with the chill taken off. The eye cup must be thoroughly clean and free from all particles of dust. Okie dokie. Oh, hey, obesity. Or stoutness. Some people are stout because nature intended them to be, and others are so because their lives are improperly regulated. The first kind may follow the strictest of regimes and gain no benefit, but the second can do much towards bringing themselves back to normal. In the matter of diet, they should partially avoid 1. Fatty foods as milk, cream, butter, cocoa, and greasy preparations. 2. Starchy foods as bread, replaced by toast. Well, isn't toast bread? And potatoes. 3. Sweet foods, including jam and treacle, but not honey. This does not mean that they should starve themselves, but choose a non-prohibited diet. They should take plenty of exercise if the heart has not been weakened by the stout condition. It should include walking, swimming, rowing when possible, and a regular course of physical exercises with dumbbells. A course of electric, ergonic treatment has also proved highly successful. I won't go into the piles or the hemorrhoids cure. Now this is a little broken down, well, a stout little broken down book. But it's a good one. Look at the size of that spine, baby. Good 3 inches. And of course the cover is barely over 3 inches. Anyway, this is a Ukrainian Ukrainian dictionary, copyright 1914. So, where's the English part? Some water damage here, and of course the spine is virtually gone. Oh, some Winnipeg ads. But why can I not find the English part? Oh, the English. Oh no, here's English. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, obviously this is of most interest to someone like me, being of Ukrainian heritage. And, you know, when you buy a lot, you get a mixture of things. Pathfinders of the West, 7 3/4 by 5.5. Look at that bison there on the spine. Oh dear. Christmas. I can't tell what that is. Wonder what went on here. 1925, it says. copyright 1904. Okay, so that means that, of course, this would be, unless the copyright was renewed, this would be scannable. So it's sort of, you know, a history, a textbook, and obviously gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. And the paper is lovely as well. Sort of has almost a deckled edge to the edges of the pages. And a fair number of illustrations in here. What do we have at the back here? Sort of promos for other books. And of course, these papers are to die for because they are so great for backing stuff. Okay, so the index is always a good. And of course, you've got guys like this. Oh. Fighting a grizzly. Ooh. Hard to believe that the guy would have survived that. Anyway, a really cool cover, too, if a person was doing something sort of historical in nature. And not in bad shape considering its age. 1904. Okay. The Alexandra Readers, a primer. And again, this doesn't look similar to that other. Yeah. So it's exact, the cover. Oh my goodness. This one is considerably skinnier. So this is the first one. This is the third one, apparently. Just trying to sort of modify this little pile here so I don't have a big problem soon. Okay, I did not pay $10. 1921. Ooh. 1908. Look at that Union Jack. This is a beautiful little book. Look at that scripty stuff. Oh, see? Those kids who don't know how to write cursive. What? I don't get it. Word naming is not reading. Yet if a pupil does not know words, he cannot read. 3 ways in which you may come to know the words of the print. You remember their general appearance. May work out their value by combining the value. Wisely infer from the context. Okay. Nice big font. Some foxing along the edge. Oh, beautiful. The way her hands are behind her back, you'd almost think that she's been tied up. Oh, she's hiding something from those kids. In which hand? I'm thinking, holy cow, is she a hostage? Cute little people to fussy cut. There's some tearing. Not surprising given the age and the fact that it was a child's reader. I like these kinds of little, you know, contained, detailed, beautiful little illustrations. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's a caterpillar, which is, you know, maybe not the greatest little thing around, but beautiful. Oh, some colored ones. Did you notice that in a lot of old books, there are sort of quite a few bedside, you know, someone sick in bed, doctor visiting kind of scenarios? This color seems very random here. How did they decide? You know, just so quaint and cute. Do I have to add this to my mountain of things to scan? I am a little chicken. I live on the farm. I have a fine yellow dress. Do you see it? I like this scripty part. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's keep going. Dolls. I think this is a great cover. And if someone were to turn it into a journal, it would take, I mean, the cover would need really nothing. 8.5 by almost 8.5. So, kind of cool end papers. Let's see what the year is. 1963. So it's pretty darn old, but it is in spectacular condition. So black and white photos of dolls, colored photos of dolls. Okay, so this one, for example, is from 1880. Wow. This would be easy to fussy cut if a person were so inclined. I can't guarantee that there might not be a creepy doll in here. French fashion doll made of bisque with kid hands, dated 1874. Wow, what great shape. Okay, I'm not going to spend as much time as I have, but I do have quite a stack here. Oh, it's a wedding party. Oh no, I guess they're all brides. The two largest are English from about 1880 and have glass eyes and real hair. Oh my. The third bride is probably French of about 1918 and is joined at the waist in order to show off her clothes to the best advantage. The fourth doll is modern and is made of Revlon plastic material in America and dressed by a Californian schoolgirl. See, you know, again, the appropriateness of some of these images. Oodles, like there's something literally on every page. This will more than likely be offered for sale. Ooh, fancy. A rare Perrier boy doll in his original 18th century French costume. Head, hands, and legs are all extremely finely modeled. Beautiful. Here is a little booklet that would have come with a particular Kenmore sewing machine. I guess it had a zigzag attachment. I don't think I was able to find a date. But, you know, we love books like this because of all the diagrams, because we all have a soft spot for sewing machines, and, you know, typically this monochromatic way that these things were printed. Yeah, no idea on the date. I better remember to save the best for the last, although so many of these are awesome. Discovering Our World. So this would have been a textbook as well. This is rather bigger. Again, in pretty good shape, 9 3/4 by 7.5. You know, it's got some marks, and it's, but, you know, think back to what you and I and others would have done to textbooks back in the day. Now, it irks me that quite often textbooks do not have copyright dates. I see them offering acknowledgments to something that was reprinted in 1942. So, I don't know. This is a science book. Science words, you know, we're growing some beans over there. Those big trees. Oh, look at those foot bones. So, you know, typical, you can see how old that really, another sick bed. You can see just by the photos how old this might be. And it is in great condition. The pages are all intact. I haven't encountered any markings. This was when they used to do nude archery. So nude that even the skin wasn't, they didn't even have to wear skin that day. Look at this sick room. Is that a croup kid in there, maybe? Some images to fussy cut. Oh, some nice animals. Yay. Cool. This is a nice book. Well, it says teacher's edition, so I guess maybe that's why the format looks a little bit different. 9 1/4 by 9 1/2. So I probably aren't going to find a date if I know anything about anything. But look at this. I myself don't have any desire. Oh, 1957. Pardon moi. I have no desire whatsoever to do a circus journal. They're about, you know, I'm not, I mean, I think circuses are great, but it's just not something that moves me to the point of wanting to put all that time and effort into something like that. But look at, oh, so this would be the book with the answers and how to get there probably. But lovely reddish page numbers and lots of red, you know, paragraph headings or whatever. Look at the answers here. This is a great book. Learning how to count money. Dividing a 3-place number having a 2-figure quotient. Yeah? What does that mean? We're not going to learn that today. Let me tell you. So, beautiful, beautiful book. We use 3-place numbers. Yay! Cute little clothes to cut out. Anyway, for those days when it seems like we can't add 2 numbers, this might be a good little reference book. Beautiful. Yeah, obviously the spine needs some TLC. I don't know why, I have come across so many shorthand books. Now, I was trying to figure out what was going on. And I think that these two are, now it says key to course in, so I'm thinking this was maybe the teacher's book. The cover is scary. This one isn't great either. So let's see what the student, 1924, so 100 years old. Are we going to look like this when we're 100 years old? So, you know, some kind of advertising type stuff there. And then, of course, pages of I mean, I never had the inclination or the opportunity or the desire to learn shorthand. Man, oh man, oh man. Like, that's like hieroglyphics to me. So those would make some beautiful pages or beautiful parts of masterboards, decorating ephemera, and of course, being that it's that old, the paper is accomplished. The paper is, that lovely stuff as well. Now, because these covers are, virtually identical, except this one somebody was gnawing on, I'm thinking this is probably oh dear. When I was in school, now I don't know if money changed hands or our parents probably had to pay a school fee for what I think it was called book rental. So, you sort of put your name in the front of the book, and I think I don't know if we'll see any of those today in this batch, and you were basically responsible to keep that book in good condition. Then there were others that I know that I and others doodled in. Like if you had a boyfriend and you try out your, like if you married him, what would your name be? And then you just goofy. Great end papers here. Anyway, though, I don't know, did we own those? Is that why we felt free to deface them? This is a 1937, and this book, Postman, do your duty. Give this to so blank, the Canadian beauty. Well, yeah, beautiful book. Few markings in here, but really this is pretty good. The state of that cover is pretty good. And then there's this little beauty with this, of course, I always like a burgundy cover. Now there's that sun fading from, being in a bookcase. But this is embossed, very fancy. 1910. Copyright in the States was 1906, 1907. Then in England, 1906, 1907. The device image trademark, blah, 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 blah. So here's a table. So if you wanted to say the word original, that is what you would do. How in God's name would a person remember any of this? Anyway, yes, a plethora of shorthand books in various states of condition. Okay, what's this? Let's be surprised. HCMS Montreal. Oh, Sandy, I had you in mind when I picked this one up. I sure hope that if I bring it to a sale that you like it as much as I did. Manual of Seamanship, 1937. Now, it is kind of cool in that it has this. I can't even get this. Oh, I see it needs to be, taped up. But that's why we save all that vintage tape. Now, I don't know. Let me just turn this. Oh, can you see how huge this is? It's like 3 pages high. Obviously, whoever folded this last didn't do a very good job. I'm not sure what that is. So lots, okay, so there are terms, seamanship sailing type terms. Oh, look, I guess that guy's probably drowning, so you have to do something there to save him. Diagrams, illustrations. Oh, how to wear, whatchamacallit, life jacket. Look, Sandy, look. She loves tall ships because she has some family history in that regard. Beautiful. Here's another one of those pull-out things. I won't pull it out. Photographs. What is this? Oh, an amendment. These kinds of images that would be great in a like a steampunkish or masculine kind of things. It's about the rigging on sailboats. Then we have this in color. And then we get into some charts. Okay, what is this? A steam vessel. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is a way to prevent collisions at sea. That's always a good thing. Then, there are lots of pages in this book, too. Over 400. Anyway, at the beginning here are all these flags. So Canada would have had the Union Jack at that point. What, we don't even get a flag? The heck? Let's give Germany two with the swastika. Oh, and like what? Is it because we were part of the Commonwealth? We didn't get our current flag until 1967 or 66, but, well, that ticks me off. Semaphore signs and significations. Honestly, need a dictionary. Special flags used in naval signaling. And for some reason, this page came open. So look at this little interactive thingamajig here. I don't know what this is all about because I didn't look it up, but I just thought that was kind of cool. Badges. Anyway, Sandy, talk to me. Okay, keep going. I think this book is from Holland. I can't say the title, of course, but it is a beautiful book of birds. And nice end papers. I don't know if you can tell, but those are all bird silhouettes in those circles. Oh, some ads at the back. Veterinarian or veterinary something or other. Okay, let me show you some of the plates. So again, I couldn't find a date, but you can just tell by those illustrations that this is old. So it seems like parrots and parakeets, and I don't even know what all these birds are, but certainly if you want some feathered color in your life, you're not going to be reaching for a house sparrow. You want some of these colorful. Oh, I guess it's more than just. So it is some birds that are sort of in the wild as well. That's the disadvantage when you can't read the language. Yeah, so it looks like it's all sorts of birds. I thought it was maybe just ones that have been sort of domesticated to live in houses. Beautiful. Oh, you know what? I think I saw that someone had written, yeah, somebody wrote a foreword, July 1955. So this is going to be 100 years old. No, it's going to be 71 years old. Okay, let's keep going. I am trying to save some of the best ones for last. How to use color and decorating designs in the home. Here's some color. 1949. So it is kind of an interior decorating book, but of course, from way back when. Maybe, well, it looks like there's some crafts in there. Stenciling. Coloring fabrics to your fancy. Well, adding or painting on glass. Some more colored pages. So a lot of images again on every. Okay, how to surface a table with tiles. Wow. Now that's a recipe for a backache. Look at how she has to stand to do that. That table is very low. So it looks like it's different craft categories. Oh, decoupage. Isn't that great with the orange? And the blue. How to hold the brush. So just really a very generic, pretty detailed crafting book from 1949. Folk designs. And it's in wonderful shape, considering the age. Pennsylvania Dutch. Like these could be cut out separately and used to decorate cards and journaling cards. And how to draw. I want to draw a bunny. Thistle. Anemone. Cool. Color makes a house a home. Oh my goodness, look at those cupboards. Yowza. Your colors and how to make them. Okay, that was a good one. Okay, now we're getting into some, I have 4 left. Now, this cover is kind of baffles me. It doesn't seem right. I didn't try to clean it or anything, but it doesn't seem right given that this book is from 1886. So perhaps the real cover was damaged, destroyed, whatever. I don't know, like this looks like it was hand lettered. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, I guess. But this is all music. So, and because it's so old, of course, any of this could be scanned. The pages are lovely. The titles are quite large, nice big numbers. for those people who love numbers. No extra charge for the tape. Some hymns. Ashamed of Jesus. Just page after page after page of goodness. Solos, duets, trios, quartets, choruses, etc., etc. Written by a large list of able composers. And this has over 366 pages. So I'm thinking that this one will be available for sale. Okay, let me do my little rant. Can you guess what I'm going to say about this book? Some numbskull, some idiot, some fool wrote the price in felt pen on the cover. Can we all share a moment of moral outrage? Now, I bought this book for me. It is, I'd say, 14 inches tall by 10.5 inches wide, and I intend to use it as an art journal. So I can cover that offense up, but how can anyone be that stupid is my question. This looks like a coffee stain. Now, it's, a little chewed up at the corners here, but again, that doesn't matter because I, at some point, I guess, will decide if I want to, cover the cover. This is from Ladies' Home Journal, incidentally. So you can see that there are big photos. Now, I'm thinking that the best bet here, it's rather a small spine. That's, 3/4 of an inch, perhaps, or maybe an inch if we are generous. So, obviously, and this is 1954, that would not make for a very big, thick art journal, or altered book, or whatever. So I will probably, and these are sewn in, I believe, signatures, so I would selectively be removing, where's the center? Right here. Yeah, so I could remove, because that's the first step with an altered book, is to remove some pages so that you reduce the bulk and can add, mixed media, and the spine will be able to withstand it. Anyway, as I'm putzing around here, you will notice that there are black and white photos of rooms. There are color spreads as well. And it's a nice sized page for, getting into something a little more extensive in an art journal. So this would obviously be mid-century modern design in most of these photos, probably. Certainly a different style of illustration back in the day. So I think that when the time comes, when I'm ready to start working on this, I will probably use this as an example of how to prep a book for that purpose. And if I could have broken the fingers of the person who did that to the cover, I would. And I'm really a peace-loving person. Look at these lamps. And now if you wanted to buy one of these, you would pay through the nose. Oh, Colonial. I never did like Colonial stuff. You would pay through the nose. These are wallpaper samples. You'd pay through the nose for that MCM. Took me a while to clue into that. Mid-century modern aesthetic. So you can see that there's a lot of potential here. Anyway, okay, 2 more. Don't know how long we've been at this, but this, actually, this dust jacket tore while I was handling it. Not that that's the reason I bought the book, but I did feel a little bad about that. Anyway, this is the dust jacket, the complete book of sewing, over 750 explanatory pictures. And of course, there are things to salvage here. This can be used, that woman who looks almost like she's being held up, give me all your money kind of moment. These 2 gals could be fussy cut out. Nice big word sewing there. Here are 2 images of thread and needle thread and scissors. So yes. Now this book, I haven't tried cleaning any of these books. There is an embossed symbol here with scissors, thread. I don't know if that's a pattern and maybe fabric. Or I don't know what all that is. Can't really tell. Always love a burgundy book though. Okay. Constance Talbot was the author, and it's 1943. So we're going to see probably some of the same sort of photos, illustrations, monochromatic stuff. Do you think these curtains will ever come back? Who knows? If you live long enough, you see pretty well everything twice. It's very nice to be able to have windows that are, you know, pretty well unadorned. Just a little bit of light and heat control. Yeah, that looks like 1940s fashion. Wraparound turbans. Hood capelet. What about those shoulder pads? What goofball is that? I would have gone for a second take. Slip basting, even basting, uneven basting, overcasting. Love this book. I should actually rein in and collect and consolidate all my sewing books because I seem to keep buying the same sorts of books over and over again. Beautiful. I might have to sacrifice one though and get on with doing a sewing journal. Okay, and the finale. Can we have a drum roll, please? I've never heard of this. National Bella's Hess. Spring and Summer, 1961 catalog. Now, I did Google, because there was a kind of a substantial price on this. I did Google it while I was at the antique mall. Apparently, this Hess family lived in New York first and then went to Missouri or something, and they had a department store and a catalog business, but they also went bankrupt. So this, and this was in a sealed packet, but I asked the guy if I could open it. Look at those fabrics. This, I didn't tell you what size is. Quite petite compared, say, to a Sears catalog. This is only 9 1/4 by 6 3/4. Now, of course, if a person was, oh, I made quite a few mistakes there. Anyway, if a person was wanting to use these, they're almost, they'd be pretty darn close to, holy cow, pretty darn close. Bark cloth. I love bark cloth. So that was a 60s thing, eh? I should actually Google that and find out. How about a record, a phonograph? A person could almost use these pages as is because they're, oh, hey, how about that? If you're stout, how about that? Look at these little boys in their suits. Oh my goodness. You could get the 2 pieces for $4.99. Every boy should have had a suit at that price. Look at those fancy shoes. Guys would wear those today. And brogues, tassel shoes. Oh, there's an order form. So this looks like it's going to be a little Easter coat and matching person hat, of course. Hey, anybody want a girdle? Or what are these, girdles or corsets, or what are these things called? If you're modeling a bra, I think you should definitely wear a double strand of pearls. Look at those fancy slips. Pantyhose. Those shoes are kind of interesting. Oh, look at those fancy nylons. What do we call these? The old lady shoes? Oh, they did have pumps then too. Okay, good, good, good. We don't want any generation of women not to have sore feet from stupid shoes. Look at those mauve ones. An envelope. Look at the hats. I love this book. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Anyway, and don't forget your white gloves, people. Oh goodness, that's an ugly hat. We used to call these kinds of things train cases. They were $3.49. Holy cow, that's quite a bit of gingham there, ladies. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I shouldn't laugh. It was all hot stuff back in the day. Now, wouldn't we kill for that fabric? And the lace sheath and jacket for $12.98. Anyway, that's where we end today's show and tell of these books. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stay tuned, watch my social media, stay tuned with the, I'll put this back in its bag. Stay tuned to videos and so on to find out when some of these things are going to be appearing for sale. You know, chances are you want some of them in your library, and I was just the personal shopper that brought it to you. Okay, guys, thank you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.